Hello everybody and welcome back to a new part of Let's Play Project Ascension. As always, thank you very much for all the nice feedback, comments and recommendations also in the last episode. Really helps me to keep going and also like to improve my build. You might have noticed this already, but we have some changes today. There were a few nerfs, balance changes, etc. And once there's like a big patch, there will always be like some sort of ability purge. And that happened, so I had to kind of rearrange my abilities. One of the changes is that I went with Regrowth instead of the Renew. Maybe an instant heal over time is actually a bit better, but I kind of wanted to try out something new. Like when you have the chance with a Purge, then maybe switching up at least a few things can be very helpful. And instead of Blessing of Might, I went with Hand of Reckoning this time around. And this will be really interesting, like I'm very eager to try this one out. It won't do anything for us PvP wise, but PvE wise I have at least the hope that this will work out very well. It's a lot of damage for a very low mana cost, and it only works if the enemy won't target you. So since we have a raptor that taunts, I kind of would like to use this as a finisher. I guess we will see how this will work out. It's also that the Valentine's is over, like the holiday, and that means no more potions. Alright, no more potions, and that's a bit sad. That will mean a hard damage nerf, a hard DPS nerf to our build right now. The point I'm getting here at is that we can't really compare it since we are lacking all of those buffs up here, and that's why our damage will be a bit lower than usual. But let's still hope it will be fine, and as you can see, it works out quite well. So that was a normal kill. Let's try out one with the Reckoning, and of course we have to wait until the raptor has the aggro, and let's see how much damage this will deal. Yeah, 73, that's really nice. As you can see, I mean, it's Hand of Reckoning, it's a taunt spell, so obviously they will attack us once we use that. So we really should use it as a finisher and nothing more. Again, like in terms of mana cost, efficiency with damage, this is probably one of the best spells. Does not seem to be that much since we are kinda spoiled by the holiday buffs, but trust me, it's really a lot of damage early on. Only downside is we can just use it as a kind of finisher, because otherwise we get attacked, and that's usually something you want to avoid, right? Just as a short heads up, this episode won't be as edited as usual, like also with, I will probably tune it down a bit with all the memes and gifs or gifs, however you want to pronounce it. It's a whole nother discussion. But I'm going away over the weekend, and I really would like to have something in reserve so that you won't really go without any downtime. I will talk a bit more probably. This will be more of a laid back, set back, relaxed episode, really not as hyperactive, and yeah, I hope you also can appreciate this. I think next week we will be back on track again. I just got the offer to get pulled through SFK, and if you're watching this, thank you very much again for the offer. That's really generous of you. Again, I don't have too much time today, otherwise I would gladly join. And also regarding that we can do some dungeons, yeah, we surely can. If this character gets high enough or at a level that you are on, then this is no problem. To anyone that's watching, like, I really would like to do dungeons later on with viewers. I'm not too sure if it will be possible on this character though. I mean, after all, I think the vibe maybe might occur, I don't know, in 1 or 2 months. And to be honest, like as a streamer, I've been thinking long and hard about this, but I really think I will join the softcore realm when this one releases. Like a fresh start. I like them, you know that if you follow my content. And yeah, then we will level up there, and then we can also do some dungeons. And I can be a bit more, like I can trust you more, you know, like I'm a bit paranoid when it comes to doing dungeons. Not to say that any of you watching wants me any harm, but I mean, anyone can say that he's like a viewer and then you would like to do dungeons, and in the end, turns out it was just a troll that grouped up with a group of people to just kill me. This stuff happened before, so it's not out of the blue that I have this suspicion. And I really hope that you can kind of understand where I'm coming from here. Just received a warning that apparently a bunch of people are around crossroads, around my level range, and they are leveling together, which is always, well, bit dangerous if you face 2 enemies, I guess. So we have to be careful. Luckily enough, we are kinda off crossroads at the moment. I just hope they won't get in the same level area as we are currently in. Just got another offer for dungeons and stuff, so thank you so much, guys. Like, the support has been really overwhelming. When I first started off, it was not even half of it, so like with the current format and edits and everything, you really seem to dig it, and like it means a lot to me that apparently putting some more work into the videos and everything also kind of shows, and I receive something back, and that's really nice of you. So also thank you very much for all the offers and the support. It's been great. Been testing Hand of Reckoning for a while now, and I have to say it really works. Like, it's a lot of damage. I think you have to keep in mind that, like, in terms of a DPS rotation in the dungeon or like for high-end games, it's really nothing too exceptional. Usually you don't want to pull aggro from the boss, so it kinda it doesn't really work in that way, I guess. Also, like for PvP, it's just completely useless. It only affects tauntable creatures or NPCs, and I mean players are not tauntable, so also kind of falls off there. What I'm trying to say here, it's not really something for like a build, level 60 build. This is more like leveling up. If you have a companion and if you want a nice finisher, it's just very, very mana effective. Like just having 12 mana to spend for that amount of damage, it won't get better than that. I'm still not sure if a flat damage increase, for example from the Blessing of Might over time, would still be more worth it. I mean, again, it doubles up since we have a pet, so double the effectiveness in that. Maybe if you miss out on using Hand of Reckoning a bunch of times, then indeed a Blessing of Might or any flat damage increase, any buff for that matter, would be the better option. But yeah, again, it's about testing out some stuff, it's about discovering new combinations. One thing you could argue about though, like for being a bit anti-synergetic in this build, is that we already have a Frost Shock and that creates a high amount of threat too. And like, but then again, it's like only body rotation, like use that one first and then maybe sometimes a Frost Shock. And even then, like, to be honest, okay, this is scary. That rare around here, that means we have enemies around that area. Just to finish my thought, we won't use Frost Shock in PvE that much. It's very nice, it's high damage, but it also like is very high mana. I think it's around 90 or something. The tooltip is a bit bugged here, like it's not 0 mana and 0 cooldown. That would be insane. There might be a slight anti-synergy, but overall I think this is still well worth it, like to pick that one up here, Hand of Reckoning. Shooting arrows as a wolf would be amazing, but as you can see, unfortunately it's not possible. I mean, it would look a bit goofy. It would just be great in the sense that you could run away and shoot, and thinking about it, that would probably be a bit broken too, so I'm kinda glad they decided against it. The Cat's Eye Emerald quest is one of those quests that can be over in an instant, like you go there 1 minute, kill a few mobs, you are done. Or it can be one of those quests that will basically, well, break you. Oh, that actually went pretty well. Did not expect to be done so soon here. Usually I'm more on option B when it comes to that quest, so that's really nice. As a short side note, if you ever want to get involved or if you ever want to finish the Camouflage quest, the quest that comes after Nugget Slugs and is really long, like it starts as Camouflage and you have to go to a bunch of places, kill a bunch of stuff, then I would recommend you to maybe wait with the Emerald quest, since the Camouflage, like the next one we will get after that, will also require us to go there and kill a bunch of people. Unfortunately, that's not quite right, because it's not just killing a bunch of people. This is also one of those quests that can take ages, and usually it really does take forever. They drop some sort of pages, manual pages, and you need, I think, 5 of them, and the drop chances are really low. At least on all the Wrath of the Lich King servers I played so far. It's like it has taken me around 1 hour at one time to do this quest, and it was so tedious, and the competition was really high as well. Like it was, I think, on Theater of Dreams, bunch of people there. I had a really good run and it was horrendous. And I think on that day I said to myself, I will not do the Camouflage quest again. The quest rewards are not that great either. If you are done with that quest, you are usually around level 20, maybe a bit lower, maybe a bit higher. And there's like, I think, a green X or something. I don't have it in mind right now. Maybe I will have a short, a short overlay right now so you can see it. But I think it's really not that great. If you ever wondered where you can get those nice Twink PvP gear, or maybe even for higher end, I mean, I think the highest is 58. It's around this post right here, Morshan Base Camp. And I will show it to you on the map. It's basically on the edge to Ashen Vale. You make your way up here. You can also queue for a battleground, although in Wrath of the Lich King it doesn't really matter since you can just do that at any given time over the menu down here. But what's also nice is that sometimes if you have a bunch of stuff, like if you are questing around the area and don't really want to go back to the crossroads, then just hop into Copper Pinch or to this guy right here. You can also repair and then you can sell your crap and keep on leveling. This is the ramp you have to take, maybe if some of you are still unsure where this place is. I think right now I'm just going to go through Ashen Vale to the post, set my flight path there, and then make my way back to the Barrens, since there are still a few quests that we have to do around that area. It's just convenient to do this one right now, and to also get the flight path since we are already at this area, and yeah, usually it takes some time to get up here. While you make your way through the Splinter Tree post, you can also pick up this escort quest right here. It's not that easy at level 20, I think we have to be a bit careful, but overall we should be able to do it. I love Ashen Vale. I said it time and time again, but I really do. One of my favorite zones in World of Warcraft. The music, the lighting, just the overall environment. It's really lovely. And it makes me really nostalgic as well, I think. A good portion of my love for this zone springs out of that. The damage seems to be a bit undertuned on those guys, but also on the enemies, so it kind of balances out. But since they are really a bit of a higher level than I am right now, we have to be careful here. As you can see, like, the damage to each other is almost non-existent. It seems that they have really high armor on the NPCs. That's why there's almost no damage, and the aggro can be held very easily by me or by my raptor. That's why there's almost no damage, and the aggro can be held very easily by me or by my raptor. Alright, that was unexpected. Just took all the aggro, but I think we should be able to make it back in time. I was just like very surprised. I think I could have gotten out of there, but then I got stunned, like they have some sort of kick. But what really caught me by surprise is that the leader has some sort of ground attack, like an AoE attack. And so I thought I would be fine, like I would be safe against any kind of aggro. Like this one right here, this Thunder Stump mechanic. But apparently, well, it's still possible to draw a lot of aggro just out of nothing. Maybe it was because I healed my pet. Yeah, that's probably it. I think because I healed my pet, I got the aggro from the group right here. But yeah, again, as you can see, they don't hurt each other by that much, so we can just pick up one by one right now. Just have to be a bit more careful this time around. Yeah, the pierce armor and the knockdown, they hurt a lot. Oh, and there are respawns, so that's not good. But we are about to be done here. Oh. There's Sendor. Maybe he can help me. I think he's a nice guy. Ah, shit, I died again. Ah, damn. That's unfortunate. I think... yeah. I think if I stay in this group right now, then I should be able to complete the quest still. Maybe he has some sort of revive or something. I just didn't manage to invite him into the group soon enough. I wonder if I should release, or if the quest will complete if I just stay around here. I think if I release now, then it will be too late. Let's see. Still see them, so maybe... okay, maybe I should just release. Alright, it should be fine. Sorry, really weird way to do this quest. Usually it should probably be a bit higher. And since it's Ascension, like, the balance is a bit off, so it's a bit harder. Especially with the fast respawns. So yeah, you shouldn't take too much time. I think I just like wasted way too much time there explaining stuff and watching them fight, and then the respawn kicked in and I got overwhelmed again. So try to finish this one quick. And apparently they fixed it, so some time ago it wasn't working. So that's really nice. So if you're watching, and you probably are, Sendo, thank you very much again for helping me out here. Otherwise we might have failed again. So that's really kind of you. Oh boy. It's hard for me to accept it, but I will. Thank you so much. So much for fixing this quest though. Like, it still seems a bit bugged. Not just a bit, it actually is apparently broken. Maybe it has something to do with the way we did it. I can't really blame the quest right now. Maybe it just took way too long, and yeah, that's the result. But I'm not going to bother with this one any longer, and I'm going to head out of here, make my way to Splinter Tree Post, and then I will go back to the Barrens. So, guess I see you soon. This is some amazing loot, by the way. Holy shit, I didn't even realize. Like, I know Fenris Fight is just great, but like Dreamsinger Laggards, they are like best in slot probably right now for me. Holy moly, even more stuff. Thank you, Mr. Fool. It's really nice of you. It's almost embarrassing, like this episode will probably be pretty lame, like pretty boring. Hopefully it will be a bit longer though, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, overall, just amazing support. I really appreciate it.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat.
See you around, Sandro. Thanks again. So here's what we are going to do in the last few minutes of this episode. Going to red chat, going to take a bunch of stuff into the bank, since I'm a bit paranoid right now with all this nice gear. And I think then we are going to end the episode already. Well, since we already started with the usual farewell talk, I guess this is a good opportunity for me to say thanks again, to ask you to just let me know what you think of episodes like this and where our build should go. Like, this is probably one of the most important things. Maybe you have some other good ideas. And like, what's your opportunity on this not lay on hands, on this Hand of Reckoning kind of thing? Would also be interested in that. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I think I will drop this episode today, like on Friday. Tomorrow will probably be about Dota, and then Sunday evening maybe a stream. I hope I will be back by that point. Or maybe like another pre-recording. We'll see about that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Yeah. See you around. Bye. It's a bit hard at level 20, I think. We will be a bit... we will...